there are thousands of books and plans to help create a successful business. But our next guest says without a strong marketing plan, you can only get so far. So she is here to offer some of those tips, an appetizer of what you can get out of an 8-week course that she's offering. Valley entrepreneur Jennifer Maggiore.
Yes.
My apologies. She's the CEO of Red Balloon Incorporated. I didn't know that. We welcome you to the show. It's great to have you. So first I got to ask, because it's the obvious question in my mind at least, what does Red Balloon have to do with marketing at all?
Good question. Red Balloon, we believe in taking a spiritual perspective in business. And so if you go to the website, there's a whole story behind the name, but it's got some meaning.
Okay. Now let's go back to the marketing thing.
Yes.
So you're having, through Manifest You, this 8-week course where people can learn how to market their business. And I would even venture to say the same skills you could probably use to market yourself in today's day and age.
Absolutely. It's funny that you say that because marketing is so relevant today. It's really about knowing who you are and who you want to reach and how to get there. And we develop full service marketing strategies for corporations. But the 8-week program, and the reason we call it Manifest You, is about manifesting those business goals. So we work with our entrepreneurs to show them how to do that.
Okay, so we have a lot of people that watch, and I get emails from them all the time, or interaction on social media, and they say, I've got such and such business, I'd like to come on the show. And so they're trying to put their product and their service out there. Give us some real concrete steps, maybe 3 tips that you could provide to those people to help us on our way to a really successful marketing plan.
Absolutely. So some of the key steps to do that we teach in our 8-week program. First, I would say you really need to know who your target market is, because if you don't know who you're marketing to, you don't really know what it is that appeals to them. So really identifying that target market. Next, I would say to choose the marketing channels where that target market is. If you look at demographics and do your research, you'll see that different target markets reside in different channels. So that is what
indicates. Give me an example of some of the channels where we could be talking about our product.
Sure,
AKA
absolutely.
Marketing.
Yeah, so if you look at social media, what we call technographics, we look at different demographics that are using things like blogging. So we might see an older demographic who are turning up search results that are your blog posts. On Facebook, some of the fastest growing target markets are women who are 55 plus. So really understanding
your Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that kind of
they're great
counterintuitive?
Connectors. It is, but they're great connectors, so they really love Facebook. They love the pictures and the videos and keeping in touch. So
I just think of Facebook as just like such a young, but I mean, I guess maybe MySpace was young. Facebook is just, 50 something.
Yeah.
Still around. I don't even know.
It was MySpace. I didn't say that. So understanding who it is that you want to reach, it's important in
and then
determining
going
your
right
target
there
markets.
with that.
Absolutely.
Okay, what else?
And then I would say for third, make sure that you're looking at reporting, because we set these goals and then we just kind of looking at reporting.
What do you mean by that?
So looking at things like the analytics from your website, looking at which posts in your social media are getting engagement. If you're using traditional forms of marketing, measuring where you're getting your inquiries from. So people forget to do that.
So we're going to learn how to break those down a little bit more specifically into our business. But sometimes I think, especially in small business, people become paralyzed with concern that they just don't have the savvy. So, you talk about knowing who that audience is. If you're dealing with a limited budget, let's say, how do you figure that out? Is it just kind of common sense with who you want to sell to?
I would say if you're really starting with a super limited budget, you want to just experiment. I mean, look at who your current clients are. Talk to them. Ask them what drew them to you. I think most importantly, you look for help wherever you can get it, and certainly if your budget allows for it, working with a consultant or a program like we offer is great. But more importantly, just be authentic. That's why we talk about that spiritual perspective. Really be authentic to who you are. Be genuine. Have enthusiasm for your products and services, and that will always shine through.
What is the biggest mistake you think people make when they're trying to market their business?
One mistake. I think just not
You're
being...
like, there's a whole other segment in there.
Few, right? I think just not being willing to get out there. A lot of times what we see is that they don't have, their passion won't overcome their fear. And so I think you really have to look at why that is and what that's about for you. Or they get so overwhelmed by their goals that it loses meaning. And so we want to look at the meaning. For me, it's not I want to make a stack of money. I want to take time off at the holidays to bake cookies with my kids.
Realistic
that really
goals.
motivates me. Yeah,
Realistic
absolutely.
Goals. Okay. Okay. All right. Lots of information. And, you know, honestly, this is like just a little tiny blip of what will be covered over the course of 8 weeks. So
Right.
registration begins August 7th, and we're going to provide a link to more information about You Manifest on SonoraLiving.com.